Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. Today we will be taking a look at this dreamy deck called the Dreamy Moons Tarot. So this is by Anna Tarasova. Let the magic begin. So it comes in a magnetic closure box. It opens at the side and this is what it looks like inside. So on the left side, abundance is my birthright. I evolve and grow. I trust the divine plan and go with life's flow. My heart is healed and open. I'm present in each moment. And let the stars lead the way. So let's put that to the side and let's take a look at the guidebook. So we also have this metallic foil, the detail on the guidebook, and you have here how to use the majors, and then you go into the meanings of the majors and the minor arcana. You'll notice here that the suit of the stars is the pentacle suit and crystals is the sword suit. So information about the Dreamy Moons Tarot, you have some card spreads, and then you go into the meanings of the cards with a thumbnail on the side, keywords, an affirmation, and then go into the meanings. So there isn't any reversed meanings on this deck. I think that was the intent of the author. And this is the back. So now let's take a closer look at the cards. They are gold gilded, the sides, and there's gold detail in each of the cards, gold foiling. The card stock is I guess you could consider it matte, except for the gold gildings. A gold foil detail. Then these are the backs, beautiful backs, and they are not reversible. It's also bigger than a standard tarot card. Here it is next to my little odd tarot, so it's slightly wider. Alright, and without further ado, let's start with the flip through. So I got in as close as I could, and also to avoid reflection from my light as I go through these cards. So the gold foiling is across all of the borders and elements on the imagery and also the name of the card. The cards are also numbered for the major arcana, and they are just beautiful cards. So I'm not gonna lift it up so it doesn't reflect as much. Feel free to speed up, slow down, or pause if you want to take a closer look at the cards. The imagery is very much Rider-Waite-Smith, so it's not difficult to jump to this deck if you're already familiar with the RWS system, or if you are just learning, because you can use the same guidebook or resources that you could use for RWS. The Devil, very interesting devil. Now, I think I've mentioned it several times in a lot of my videos. I do have bad eyesight, so these types of decks with the dark background and the gold foiling, they do tend to become a little bit challenging for my eyes to see. Oh, there's also some extra cards in this deck. So there are two additional major arcana cards. You have the Self and the Flower of Life, and I actually really like this card. In one of my readings, I asked what my strengths were, and this card came up, the Self card, and I think it's really just a good reminder that you know, if we're looking for strength, we have to look inside ourselves or look into ourselves and find it. And there's strength in each and every one of us. Okay, so moving on to the Suit of Cups. And also, just to continue what I was saying, I thought I wouldn't have trouble with this deck because it does have a lot of colors. You know, it's not just a gold foil detail on the card, but I still have some trouble with some of the cards. And usually cards like decks like that, just I don't reach out for them as often, which is such a shame because again, this deck is stunning. This Eight of Cups. The colors are really bright. I mean, I think it's also the camera is capturing it well, I think, with the lighting and all that. But if you look at this in person, it really is bright. The colors are coming out of the black background really, really well. Moving on to the Wand suit. Just really pretty cards. And now I'm trying to think why it's difficult for me because of the foiling, and I think it's because of my astigmatism. So aside from my hyperopia, extreme hyperopia, I also have pretty high astigmatism. With foiling like this, it tends to become a little bit distorted at times when I look at it. I don't know. It's definitely not a problem for most people because I am pretty unique in that aspect. Even the doctors here have acknowledged that my eyesight is really quite, my eye condition is really quite unique. So yeah, it probably isn't going to be an issue for most people. But for those who have similar eye conditions as me, then you would probably it's something to consider if you are interested in decks that have gold foiling on a dark background. It might not be as easy to make out the details or to focus, I think, to focus on the details. Especially if it's like this. Yeah. So the star suit corresponds to the pentacles. And we have the quartz. I like looking at it, you know, because it really is beautiful. See? But me and my eyes, just it's really, really beautiful. And the sword suit has also been renamed to the crystals suit. Usually the sword suit is my favorite suit of a deck. And I also love crystals, as you can see. So this is a good change for me, or at least I don't have any issues with the renaming of this particular suit. The detail makes it as if, you know, the dress is flowing. Really, I've said it many times, it's really beautiful. And these colors, they really come off of the card. Right, so if you've seen any of my videos, you know what's coming. It would be the shuffle, the riffle shuffle. And just a quick note is it is gilded and there is foil all around the card. I'm not sure. I think this one would this one there won't be any issue if you shuffle it. It feels like it's really stamped on the card, if that makes sense. However, the gilding, it doesn't seem or appear as sturdy. I'll show you. I'm not sure if you can see. Yeah, see? I've had this deck for a few weeks. You know, I haven't used it much. I've only shuffled it a few times. But you can see the wear on the gilding. Now, I know some people will say, well, you're not supposed to riffle shuffle decks with gilding, but I riffle shuffle all my decks. And yeah, there are some gilding that is fine with the riffle shuffle, but this one is pretty sensitive. And of course, that was a horrible shuffle. I think it's because it is thicker cards or bigger cards than a typical tarot card. And also my cloth is not cooperating. Oh my gosh. So I can't riffle shuffle this well, as you can see. My goodness. Okay. So I'll give up on the riffle shuffling for now. And then I'll just show you how it shuffles, side shuffles. So no issues with the side shuffling. So since it does have pretty sensitive gilding, most of you would probably prefer to shuffle it this way. Okay. And then let's just see if a card wants to come out, jump out, and be read. And I will just, okay, so I'm obviously struggling with shuffling this deck, but let's just pick the top card and see how it reads from the guidebook. Alright, so we will be reading for the Ace of Cups. The keywords are romance, fulfillment, and divine inspiration. And then you have an affirmation: my heart is overflowing with pure joy and divine love. Your cup is so full that it is overflowing. Creative opportunities and loving connections appear effortlessly as if out of nowhere. They were always around you, you just had to open your heart to see them. The Ace of Cups shows a chalice overflowing with water and pink lotuses peacefully floating in the stream, signifying awakening and divinity. Above is a white dove, a symbol of pure love. You have transformed into a vessel through which deep love flows. This love travels from the universe into your heart and from your heart into everyone around you. Inspiration is everywhere you look, and powerful ideas come to you effortlessly. The Ace of Cups may also represent a new special relationship, either romantic or platonic. So that is how it reads from the guidebook. The guidebook is pretty good. I mean, it's not, there's not so much information, but you have enough to get a meaning of all of the cards. The production value of the guidebook, the box, the packaging is all good. And yeah, really beautiful cards. And I've watched flip throughs and I was really drawn to the cards. I followed the creation of this deck. But now that I have it, and again, as beautiful as it is, it doesn't feel like something I would keep. And I know that it's a me thing. It's it's frustrating to me that how much I wanted this deck, but ultimately it doesn't feel like it's something I would keep using. So I would probably be rehoming this deck. I hope that it finds a loving home because it deserves it, because it is really beautiful, and a lot of details and thought went into this deck. I really love that. And yeah, I think maybe if my eyes weren't so bad, I would probably want to keep this deck. But as it stands, I'm just having trouble, and it's just a sad thing because yeah, it really is a beautifully made deck. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. Please don't forget to click on the like button, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!